Hello, this is Sophie Lawson from sophielawson.com, and this is episode 7 of the So Free Art podcast, which is a little podcast I do each week about art and things. And this one's going to be another one about the things, and it's going to be a weird one. I'm not sure what this one's going to be called. I don't really know what it's going to be about. I'm just going to say where I'm at the moment, because the last couple of weeks, and especially the last week, I have put all my focus into, my spiritual growth, and I've started going to work as me, which means I'm now going to work with makeup and my proper clothes and stuff. So I've thrown away all my male clothes, and I did that in about 2 weeks. Over the last couple of weeks, I went from being scared of going to work as me to now going to work as me. And it's all because it all started really because of these dreams, which I spoke about before, with the lucid dreaming. And I also added in automatic writing, which I've been doing each morning. And what happens there is, automatic writing is you wake up each morning, and the first thing you do before anything else is you start writing, and you ask yourself questions. So some of the questions, because I'm doing it with this course at inspirationshow.com, and they have a course on automatic writing. And some of the questions you do is, I'm currently on week 10. I'm currently on day 11. And the questions have been what do I need to know today? Who am I? What is my single-minded purpose for the day? And then you get other questions like, is there anything I need to know to take better care of myself? Is there anything I need to know to take better care of my friends and family? What is my big picture purpose in life? So you're asking really quite big questions. And it feels a bit weird because at first, you're not actually writing you're not actually writing. It starts out with you writing, so because you do it when you first wake up, you're still sort of half asleep. So you might start writing, and you ask the question, what do I need to know today? And so you'll start writing, what do I need to know today? And at the start, you'll be writing from your head. So you might start saying stuff like, I don't know what to write today, but I'm right. The secret is to not stop writing. So even if you've got nothing to say, you just keep saying, well, what I sometimes do, when I first started, sometimes I just keep writing, what do I need to know today? What do I need to know today? I don't know what to write, but what do I need to know today? And then I'll start saying, I want to go to work today as myself, but I feel scared. I want to wear a bra to work, but I'm scared. What will people think? And the thing is, you keep writing like that, and somehow, I don't know how, but before you know it, you're actually writing it's like you're writing from your subconscious. But I think, some of the things that, if I was to go back and read some of my automatic writings, I might do that, because some of the things that it says to me, it's exactly like that. It feels like it's not me writing it. And it links up with the dreams, because I'm still having these really weird dreams where I almost feel like I'm getting messages. Like the other day I had a dream, and the dream, I woke up saying, duplex level entropy. And I didn't even know what the word, I think it was that. Was that right? Duplex level entropy. Duplex level entropy. See, I don't even know how to say that word. Duplex level entropy. So I woke up and I thought, what does that mean? And then I googled it. And apparently, because the thing was, I woke up saying that, and about 30 minutes before I'd woke up saying 2 into 1 equals love. And it turns out that 2 into 1, that's basically a form of like entropy. Entropy is all about stuff that's ordered becoming chaos, but it can also work the other way. You could have reverse entropy, so you could have the chaos going into order. And because this is why this podcast is a bit weird, because I've sort of, well, again, it goes back to my automatic writing. One of the things in the automatic writing was it actually said to me, forget about your art for the moment, focus on it said, forget about the art, forget about lucid dreaming, focus on being yourself at work, because it said if you don't, you'll go back to work not as yourself. Basically it said, focus on being yourself at work, as if that was the most important thing above all else. I haven't really been doing much drawing lately, other than my nightly gesture drawings, which I've been posting onto Twitter. And that's it really. I haven't been doing much drawing, but the automatic writing said that art will wait for me, and I trust it. So I think I need to focus on me at the moment. And like the fact that in just under 2 weeks I was able to go and throw all my boy clothes away and go from being scared of going to work with makeup and stuff to actually doing it. It's quite amazing, and it was all because of this automatic writing. So like basically I just wanted to say how powerful it is, but it's been saying other things as well. And I was doing the automatic writing on Thursday, and it randomly said swimming, and I'm 38. I still haven't learned how to swim. And so after that, I just went and phoned up a local swimming instructor, and today I've just got back from having my first one-to-one swimming lesson. So that's quite amazing, because not only was I doing something I was afraid of with the swimming, but I was also wearing a swimsuit. So like, I've never ever worn a swimsuit outside before, like around people. So there were so many fears in that, but I was able to do it because one of my rules is whatever the automatic writing says, I have to do it. You know, as long as it's something that I know is coming from a place of love, then I will give it everything I've got to do it. So when it said swimming, I basically had to do it. And I spoke to this lady and she said, well, you can come along on Saturday if you want to see if you like the place. So I said yes. I bought a swimming suit and that was it. I'd done it. I want to just focus on overcoming all these personal fears I've got. And I'm still fascinated by my lucid dreams and the dreams in general, because I've been having some insane dreams lately. I had one the other day where I was actually, it's quite unbelievable. I mean, some of this stuff, I wouldn't believe it unless I had experienced it, but I had this dream where I was lying in bed and I had woken up and I was just drifting back off to sleep, and it suddenly sounded as if I was in the middle of like an amazing like storm. It was as if I was stood in the middle of this, like, I suppose you could say like a whirlwind or a hurricane. It felt like wind was blowing all around me, and I thought, this is unbelievable. My body was like just vibrating, and I could feel that I was about to come out of my body. I know that sounds mad, and I pulled back because I got a bit scared. And then what happened? I think it was the next day I had another dream, and what happened was I actually had a lucid dream, and it turned into me basically hovering at the top of my bedroom, looking down at my bed. It's pretty mad, but somehow it feels really like beautiful, and my dreams have just been talking to me, really. I know it sounds mad, but they've like been passing me these little messages that make no sense, and then when I go and research the words on Google, all these words are like really sort of like spiritual and mythical, amazing words, and then when you team that up with this automatic writing, it just feels like everything's quite amazing at the moment. And So my focus is on this automatic writing. So at the moment, I guess the spirituality is my main focus, and that includes like going swimming, finally learning how to swim, and then you start getting excited because you think, if I can learn how to swim, I can start doing stuff like jet skiing, scuba diving, all these things that you've always never been able to do because you was afraid to go swimming. And so I'm really looking forward to things like that. But I wanted to say, when I look back, it's kind of obvious that this was always going to be a spiritual journey. Because before I found art, I was never really spiritual. I was always somebody who believed all you had to do in life was be nice and do your best. And I always believed in that thing of treat others the way you would like to be treated. So that was how I always lived my life, but I never really was spiritual or anything. And then when I found art, I slowly started disconnecting from like TV. I don't watch TV anymore, read the papers, I don't do anything like that. So I've really disconnected from a lot of electronical things like that. But I became completely obsessed over drawing, like I've said before, and something happened in 2013, something happened which I've never spoke about before, but it's the thing that actually started me really getting into drawing, because in 2013 I'd been drawing, but at that point I wasn't taking it too seriously. I was only drawing it was like a fun thing to do, but one Saturday night I was in the middle of one of these drawing sessions, and I was doing a realistic pencil drawing. And I suddenly realised that I was looking at my hand drawing on its own, and it was basically like an out-of-body experience. My hand was drawing on its own. That's the only way I can describe it. And it was one of these things that I noticed it for about a second or so, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh my god, my hand's drawing on its own. And as soon as I became aware of what I was seeing, it's as if I popped back into my body and I was back in control of the pencil. And then it was so unbelievable that I put the pencil down and I thought, like, what was that? It was quite shocking. And then that was the moment where I thought, there's something unbelievably powerful about art. And it was from that day onwards that I really sort of realised that art was going to be the thing I did for the rest of my life. That was a really important moment in my life, and it was a bonkers thing. And so I look back at that, and that kind of links up with all of this lucid dreaming and stuff. It's definitely, I'm convinced now that there is something out there helping us, guiding us, and I half expect. See, I'm in a weird place now where I kind of want to do these. I'm definitely going to be doing these podcasts each week, but I kind of want to take it into a different direction, and instead of it being focused just on art, I kind of want to bring in a lot of spirituality and stuff, because I think it can all be linked. Because, for instance, with this automatic writing, there's no reason why you couldn't base your questions each morning around art. So say, for instance, you wanted to learn painting, you could start asking questions in the morning like, what do I need to do today to improve my painting skills? And you get answers. No matter what you ask, you always get these answers. And so it's quite amazing sometimes as well what you find by writing. And if you do that thing where whatever it says you do, I really think it could help you improve your artwork and improve your art skills. But at the moment, I just want to focus on trying to become my true self. So, the art will come later with that. But so I still think that's based around art. I've already said that lucid dreaming is definitely something that can be based around art, because you can go in and actually manifest paintings and stuff inside of the lucid dream, and then because you're in a place where your awareness is heightened, whatever you're looking at, it will somehow go inside. So I think, and you can also, I mean, the more I've researched this, the more I've seen that there are so many people out there who are, like, there's people who go into lucid dreams, and I think, what was it a swimmer? I think it was, like, there's this swimmer who went into lucid dreaming, and he basically practiced swimming. Hey, it's funny that I'm talking about swimming, because I went swimming, that's weird, but he practiced swimming in the lucid dream, and then when he woke up, he went back to swimming lessons, and the teacher said, how have you improved so much? Because he was doing it in the lucid dreams. So he's almost like improving his muscle memory inside of the lucid dream. And there's just loads and loads of people, if you research it, you'll see there's loads of people doing this. And there's even people who go into a lucid dream and meditate inside of a lucid dream. So while they're dreaming, they are meditating. Again, because you're so because you're so focused inside of a lucid dream, your meditations just go through the roof. So everything you do in a lucid dream is like you really take it in a lot more than in this real world. So what I'm finding is all these things that are helping me at the moment improve my, I guess, personal life and like really push forward with my transition, they're all things that actually will help with art. And you can even use this automatic writing to say, like, for instance, say you didn't know what to do with your art. You could just write, I don't know what to draw. And then you'd start saying stuff like, I like drawing animals, I like drawing this, but I don't really want to draw that all the time. What should I be drawing? And the more you keep asking, you'll actually get the answer. So I highly recommend automatic writing to everyone. I'm going to put links in the show notes, which you can find at sofreeart.com. And I'll put links in there to the automatic writing course, because Michael and Jessica, who run it, are really lovely people. And it's one of those things that it's just such a benefit. It really improves your life. Like, imagine waking up each day, filling your heart with positivity. It's going to fill up your day, so your whole day was going to be really nice. It's much better than waking up and going straight onto Facebook or something. So, and it doesn't take that long. I mean, you can take as long as you want, but for me it takes about 30 minutes. So for 30 minutes in the morning I just start writing, and then what I do is when I come home from work I then type it all up into a text file, and at the same time I reread what I've wrote. And that's when you start realising some of the things you've said, because in the morning when you're half asleep you don't really know what you wrote, and so when you read it later on you kind of get like a double hit which is good. I also put that on top of all the other things I've also been doing, which, like affirmations. I've been doing daily affirmations for about 10 months now, I think, and they are incredibly powerful. And affirmations are where you, like, for instance, one of my affirmations is I always do my best, and I know that I always do my best, so it doesn't matter whether I achieve what I want to do or fail. As long as I do my best, then that's all that matters. So you just keep repeating, I always do my best, I always do my best, I always do my best. And you do that in the morning, and you do that before you go to bed. And so I just keep repeating these every single day. And then what happens is, during the day when something happens, like say something happens, like say you're at work and you accidentally spill something on the floor and you make a mess, instead of like beating yourself up, you instantly say, I always do my best. And so even things when they go wrong, or bad things, you just end up turning everything into positive experiences, which is really nice. So as you can tell, I didn't script this podcast, but I'm also reading a lot of books. At the moment I'm reading a book before bedtime. I'm reading a book called Sophie's World, and it's an adventure in philosophy. And what I learnt ages ago was that Sophie is actually the word for wisdom. And I just realised when I was reading this book, philosophy, it's philosophy. But this book's really good. It's about this girl called Sophie who keeps getting these mysterious letters in her mailbox, and they're all addressed to her, but she doesn't know who's sending them, and they're all about philosophy. And so you've got two parts to the book, really. You've got the parts where you're trying to work out what's happening to Sophie, and then you have this other part where you're learning about all the philosophers and like their various beliefs and stuff. And it's quite amazing because it's going through the ages. And what I'm also noticing is a lot of the stuff in this is all about mindfulness. And I sort of think to myself, like, all these old philosophers from thousands of years ago, like, they seem to know more than what most of us do nowadays. And I just wonder to myself, how did it happen that these people who had amazing wisdom, like, how comes we didn't evolve to be more wise, I guess? And I think it's because of society. I think society got in and somehow started controlling us. That's what it feels like. And you think about it, for 30 odd years, I was scared to be myself, to some extent because of society. And so when you start breaking free from the control of society, such as like not watching TV anymore and stuff like that, you start to see the truth instead of all the lies that you're getting fed with the TV and stuff. And I'm just noticing that with this book as well. And something else I'm noticing, because of all these lucid dreams and stuff, I'm watching like loads and loads of YouTube videos at the moment about various things like life after death, out-of-body experiences, all these like multi-dimensional stuff, the concepts of time, all these sort of things. And what I'm realising is that all these philosophers from thousands of years ago, they basically explained a lot of the things that science is now proving. And I can just tell that in not so long, the world of spirituality and science is actually going to merge and become the same, because they are both heading towards the same thing when you look at it. So the whole thing is just fascinating, and it's just really opening my eyes up to the world. And I guess it all started with art. It then moved on to meditation, and then lucid dreaming and automatic writing. But I definitely recommend automatic writing. It's a really powerful thing, and it's so simple to do. I mean, I'm sure everybody could spare 30 minutes in the morning, and it's amazing what you find out about yourself by doing that. And you definitely do feel like you're talking to, I like to call it, the universe. You definitely feel like you're making contact with something else above yourself, like. So that was episode 7 of the So Free Art podcast. I'm not even going to guess what next week's will be about. As one of my automatic writings said, it wants me to be more spontaneous. So next week's podcast will be another spontaneous one. And you can find show notes and everything at sofreeart.com. You can find me at sophielawson.com. You can find me on Twitter at sophielawsonart, Instagram at sophie.lawson, and that's basically it. If you have any questions or any topics you'd like me to talk about on the podcast, you can send me a message at sophie@sophielawson.com. I'll try and talk about it on the podcast. And that's basically it for this week. So this week's quote goes to Tom Campbell, and it is: "There is but one truth. However, there are many expressions of it. Tom Campbell.